Hi, my name's Tiffany. Welcome to my channel. If you know anything about me, you know I've lost over 200 pounds all naturally. That was over 13 years ago and I've kept it off. And now I help people do that in a way that's realistic and sustainable for the regular person because that's who I am. I'm in a video series where I am sharing the 10 things that are likely keeping you fat. If you missed part 1, make sure you check it out because I covered the first 5 things that are maybe keeping you fat. Today, I'm going to start with number 6. So, number 6. Being distracted and lacking focus in a weight loss journey will absolutely tank it and keep you fat. So, when someone starts out their journey, most of the time they're like, yes, this is exactly what I'm doing. This is how it's going to go. Let's do it. And then 2 months in, 3 months in, if they get that far, other things have come up in life. Good things, bad things, right? Like things that are fun and cool, like celebrations and vacations and holidays. When those things come up, the weight loss journey tends to go down in terms of priority, and it should, right? Even though I'm a weight loss coach, I will likely say to you, weight loss should not be the most important thing in your life. There are far more important things in life than a weight loss plan. So it doesn't need to be the top priority. It can go under other priorities, but it still has to have its place of consistency in your life. And many times when those other fun things, start to come around, our weight loss goals and plan just go down and then they just never recover, which is why it's so important to follow a plan that is sustainable and, dare I say it, easy and simple, that it can go through vacations and celebrations and still be sustainable. But also a lot of times people will just lack focus. They'll get started, but then, 2 or 3 months in, they're bored and they're tired, and doing the same thing day after day just seems torturous and unrealistic. And I understand that. In my journey took me 2.5 years to lose that 212 pounds. And I had to find ways to keep it fresh because otherwise the journey would have just felt like a slog. There are many different ways that I help my clients navigate just this lack of focus and lack of really motivation, but one of the top things that I always suggest is setting monthly goals. In my journey, every month I would sit down and I would pick 2 or 3 goals that were something that would just help keep my journey fresh. Now, my strategy, my plan of losing weight stayed the same, but my goals each month would change. So maybe one month I would say, hey, let me see if I can run for 5 minutes without stopping. Or let me try this new form of workout that I've never done. Or let me try 3 new vegetables. Or let me incorporate more water or whatever. And then I would reward myself at the end of the month. Doing that every month just really helped keep me, focused and fresh and feeling rewarded and feeling like I'm making progress on a long journey, which is so valuable on a long weight loss journey, is having that fuel of motivation of I'm doing this, I'm actually making progress. That can be so valuable. And then putting yourself around people that can help keep you focused, whether that's people that are, on a journey with you or people that are in a gym or something like that, will really help keep you focused and keep you motivated, because this journey, can be something that is long and it can be something that sometimes can't be the top priority, and it shouldn't, like I said, but it still needs to remain that constant in your life. And so finding ways to do that is valuable. And when you don't, it can definitely keep you fat. Number 7, the 7th thing that might be keeping you fat is not incorporating fitness into your health journey. Now, sometimes I meet people who are like, hey, I'll do the nutrition plan, I will eat healthy, but do not ask me to go to the gym because I just don't like to work out. It's just not my thing. I want to do this without, the fitness element. And I just want to say that that's really, really not a good idea. And here's why. First of all, incorporating fitness will enable you to burn more calories, which will then provide you with more room to eat foods that you like and foods that you enjoy. So the more you work out, the more you can eat. The more you can eat, the happier most of us are. So having that element of fitness in there is really helpful in terms of just improving what you're eating most of the time. Also, incorporating fitness into your journey really helps you get this idea of this is a holistic thing. I'm not just changing my life in one element, but I'm changing my life, in a holistic way, because obviously nutrition and weight loss, it has to do with your body, and knowing that you can actually move your body and do things and see yourself in a way that maybe you haven't seen yourself before is incredibly valuable. Lastly, incorporating fitness is so helpful because it provides this basic fuel that you need to motivate you to keep going. Here's what I mean by that. When you do something physically that you didn't think that you could do before, it's empowering, right? Like the first time I ran a mile, you could have like told me that I had just won a gold medal or something, and I've been like, yeah, I know, because I just ran a mile, right? I was so proud of myself because I honestly 100% did not believe that it was possible. I come from a background where I had never run a mile. I didn't even own socks. I didn't own tennis shoes. I lived in a hot climate, but I never worked out. I had never done anything, significant physically in my whole life. And so when I started to do my weight loss journey at 352 pounds, I had a whole long list of things that I was so proud of because I was doing things that I just never thought were possible. And every time I did something that I didn't think was possible, it was like, wow, look at me. Okay, so if I just, did the elliptical for 15 minutes when I didn't think that was possible, last week, maybe I can say no to these donuts that I really don't think I can say no to. And then I did that. And it's just, fitness is such an easy way to gain confidence and maintain motivation in your weight loss journey, because most people who are overweight have a lot of room for improvement and a lot of room for confidence in terms of fitness. And so not incorporating fitness into your weight loss journey, it's just stupid in many ways, but in the biggest ways, because it's just this constant source of motivation as you're doing things that you've never done before that enables you to say, I can keep going on this journey, because you know that you're gaining ground. You see yourself gaining traction. So incorporating fitness into your weight loss journey is so helpful because it will just provide this holistic perspective of how much you're changing and how much of a bad A you really are. So incorporate fitness into your journey. If you haven't, that's probably one of the things that's keeping you fat. The next thing, number 8, that's keeping you fat is probably an unwillingness to actually jump in and commit to your weight loss journey fully. A lot of times, because people are looking at their past attempts at weight loss and they see just this, what they feel is like this whole pile of failure, they feel hesitant and almost stupid to jump into their next weight loss attempt because they're saying, I have never been successful in the past. I'm stupid to think that all of a sudden something is suddenly going to help me be successful when I've never been successful before. In some ways, that makes sense, right? But if you attempt to do anything hard in life without actually fully believing that I can do this, without saying I'm fully committed, then the results are going to show, right? If you're in your marriage and you're secretly believing like, I'm probably not going to be successful at this, you're going to have a hard time actually showing up, actually committing, actually being vulnerable, actually being, committed and sacrificing. And it's the same thing with this. If you have a whole history of past experiences of not losing weight and failing, and you secretly believe that you're not going to be successful, like I talked about in part 1 of this series, you're going to have a very hard time being fully committed. And this journey is too hard, too treacherous to be successful without being fully committed. You have got to jump in and say, I'm going to believe that I can do this. I'm going to believe that as I give my all and as I put forth my effort and as I follow the things that are being laid out for me, which I have some good things laid out for people, you can do it. If you're not fully committed, you're not going to be successful. If you have one foot in because you're so afraid of failing again, because you're afraid of looking stupid to yourself, you're afraid of looking stupid to your spouse or to other people maybe who have seen you try to make past weight loss attempts and then fail and just turn right back around, you're not going to be successful. So not being fully committed, that could definitely be what's keeping you fat. Number 9, not studying your failures. This is one of the major things that I talk with my students about, is when you're on a weight loss journey and you hit, we'll just call it a failure, right? But you hit a moment where you say, that wasn't ideal. I should not have done that, right? That wasn't good. I acted in a way that wasn't what I would have wanted. Those are perfect key golden opportunities to say, I need to step back and I need to study what actually happened here. What caused me to make that decision? What was I feeling? What was I thinking? What was going on? What were the external factors going on around me? So that next time when I'm in that scenario, I can do it differently. But so often on weight loss journeys, when people do something and they fail, they are just so discouraged by that failure. They're so distraught that they just can never recover from it. And so then they just wait until the next time that they feel, discouraged enough or dissatisfied enough with their life to attempt again. And so when you hit those moments of failure in your weight loss journey, you have got to study them and say, what caused me to fail in that moment? And how can I act differently so that the next time I face it, because I will, I will do things differently. This is what I spend a significant amount of time with my clients on, is figuring out what has caused them to fail in the past so that they can figure it out and not repeat the same thing in the future. Instead of being discouraged by failures, you've got to take them as golden opportunities to learn so that you can actually make a different decision in the future. And last, number 10, the thing that is likely keeping you fat is that you are freaking confused. Okay, there are so many different confusing messages out there about what is the right way to lose and maintain weight loss. People saying intermittent fasting, it is like the gold mine, right? Or, hey, do these weight loss injections, or keto, or, all of these different things, Whole30, all this stuff. It can be so confusing. And then especially if you have actually tried these diets and experienced some level of weight loss. Note, I didn't say success, because success in weight loss would be keeping it off successfully. I said weight loss. So maybe you tried keto and you lost weight, right? And then eventually you stop doing it because it's not sustainable. Now, maybe you're sitting here thinking, well, man, like I tried keto and I did lose 20 pounds. But I also know that like I can't do that sustainably. And so now I'm just confused. I don't know what to do. And my friend, she's doing intermittent fasting and she's lost a lot of weight, but I tried that and I just don't know, like, what's the right thing? It's understandable why people are so confused. And that was one of the things that motivated me to start Confidence Currency, because being someone who has lost a significant amount of weight, and I did it in a real, regular, simple way, I know that none of these fad diets are the way. I know that it doesn't have to be confusing, and that people don't have to find themselves in a place where they're just like, I don't know what the heck to do. And then they just accept that like they're a lost cause and that they're never going to be able to reach their health goals, that they're just not disciplined enough, or they're just not, it's not in the cards for them. And that could not be further from the truth. So if you are confused today and you say, I don't know what the heck to do, let me help you. Go to my website, check out some of my offerings, because I promise you, because I've lived it out myself and I've helped people live it out today, there are ways to do this that are regular, real, and simple, but they have to also address the different things that are going on inside of you with your history, with your current scenario, because those are vital components to success in weight loss. So those are my 10 things that are likely keeping you fat. If you enjoyed this content, subscribe, because more like it is coming out. And I hope that you will check out my website, www.confidencecurrency.co. And best of luck in reaching your health goals. Remember, yes, you can.